putting as much in this as physically possible because I need such a kick. That's us. There we go, we'll have this and then we'll bounce.
Right, so welcome back. Look, we are going to do 2 videos today. We'll probably break it up into 2 10-minute sections. I find that's working best. We're going to do my pre-workout meal. This is my first meal of the day. It's about 10 past 10. I usually even wait till about 11 or 12. And it's not going to be what people fucking love, but it's going to be mince that I've got pre-cooked, which does not look appetizing, but I always cook 500 grams. That does me 3 days, easy as. I've got 2 bags of cauliflower rice in the back and some lettuce, and I prep everything in advance. If you're winging it meal to meal, it's a fucking nightmare. But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do some thoughts with coffee, just sort of the mindset of where we're at now, because we're feeling the dig. The luck is coming, but by fuck, the hammer's dropped and I can start to feel the hunger. I was out for 7,000 steps fasted, and you can literally just feel me just be a former shell of myself. And it's good because now I know I'm getting leaner than I've been, because this is the hardest I've dieted in a long time period. And the only carbs I'll have in this meal will literally be 100 grams of potatoes, which is very, very little, and that's pre-workout. So you can see that we're fucking digging, but if you want the condition, you want to go somewhere you haven't been, you have to be willing to do something you haven't done. I haven't dieted like this in a long, long time period. So we'll put the meal together, Paul, clip it into something fresh, and we'll go from there.
So I cook up 500 grams of mince, and I just know roughly half of this is one of my meals. Probably a little bit more. I'll heat that.
I get the salt and pepper. I'm just like patiently fucking waiting now because I'm just starving. Hank Marvin. I'm not even, do you know what it is? I'm not even starving. I'm just food conscious is the right word. You know, like if anybody's dieted really hard, like you're just constantly thinking about the next meal or when I can eat so that I can make sure that I'm not hungry for the next. So it sounds OCD, but like I'm literally waiting on the fucking microwave here like a lunatic. We're gonna do a leg session as well, which is gonna be fucking quality. That is the hardest session. That's the reason why I've got Paul in the video, because when we break it down, that's the one that drained the fucking life out of me last week. So actually filming it is going to make me work harder. It's the reason why I get my clients to send me form videos. And it's not just form, it's intensity. And when you know somebody's watching you, you always train harder. So my set should be better this time. Touch wood.
The only difference is we've done a reel for Instagram there, and this just shows you the behind the scenes, but this is 100 grams of potatoes, which is literally like fucking 8 chips. But if you don't make your fucking potatoes into chips in the air fryer, now that one's crispy as fuck, but Cajun, wee bit of buffalo, wee bit of all-purpose seasoning, they give me life, like. One thing that you'll want to do, see if you're dieting, is you don't want to waste your carbs on shite. You want to be tactical. Potatoes are the highest satiety food, so they're fucking unbelievable. Whenever you're trying to diet and stay full, they're just so good. And whenever you air fry them, they're next level.
Right, so realistically, we just had that first meal, as I was saying, out for steps this morning, fasted, just got them done. We have the gym now, and then I have MMA later. We will get probably a session of that filmed at some stage whenever I'm not as loose with my hands, because it's a fucking mess at the minute. But whenever I'm solid, which it has been 6 months now.
Do people want to see you being shit?
I don't know. People probably want to see me being shit, so maybe we'll just go out and do one. I'm away skiing tomorrow, which is going to be probably the biggest challenge that I'm going to face for the first while with dieting, because as sad as it sounds, because I'm really dieting hard and prepping, I'm pretty much fucking focusing on bringing the first day or two of food, so Saturday and Sunday. Monday I'll use shops, whatever's around me, and then I'm home pretty much Tuesday night, so we're laughing there. So pretty much still staying on plan, still gonna have a good time. I really want to emphasize that just because you're dieting and you're sticking to it, you can not have a good time. Like my entire socializing, my fun aspects don't just revolve around what I eat. It's the people around me, it's the experiences. So I was actually very tempted to go. It was a holiday I'd pre-booked. There was issues with it. I was very tempted to leave it. And I was like, why would I stop just because I'm dieting? Why wouldn't I go? Do you know, there's not going to be a right time. And it was actually putting me off even dieting in the first place. Whereas now I've got a month in, I've got momentum, I've built up, and I've stayed so tight. So I can afford that 1 or 2 days around it where I'm not really going to drink, but maybe a food will go a little bit higher. My steps won't be as high. Now it's skiing, it's not fucking laying on the sofa. But that's the balance we're trying to get. And then we should have Dubai for 2 weeks. I'll try and video there. So it's all in between that. And then the thing is, you're not going to get that perfect time period. Like I'm still working flat out. I'm having to get up at 6 to do the steps, cold shower, and then straight into the gym. And then I'm going to be working fucking all day out in between my gaps of the MMA and all. And I don't want to fucking film that because it's just me sitting on a laptop like a robot. So that's the boring stuff. But this is where it starts to become more about time management for your result. It's never just time management, it's time management and energy management, because if I know I have to do steps, I have to do cardio, I have to do weights, and you don't categorize that into your day or plan it into your day, you're gonna get fucking caught out, because you're gonna end up with 10,000 steps at be 9 p.m. Whereas if you get 3,000-4,000 in the morning, a couple thousand in the gym, you do a warm up in the gym, you plan your cardio over the week so you know when you're getting downtime. One of the things people don't do is, I went away at a cottage last week, I know I'm going skiing this week, I plan in that that's my downtime, so then I'll work hard during the week. Whereas otherwise you end up fucking scrolling and wasting your time, and it's just, you don't feel like you get downtime. Whereas when I plan what it is, I'm present, I'm there, I'm locked in that moment to actually enjoy it. And I know that's the only downtime I'm getting, so I'm like, right, I'm switching off. Otherwise, what happens is you end up with this never-ending to-do list. You keep saying you have no time. When you do have time, you're just not managing it properly, or you haven't got the energy. Because a lot of the time, you hit the time you're supposed to be going for steps or cardio or food, or you're supposed to be spending time with family, and you're drained because you're wasting your energy in tasks that aren't as important. A lot of productivity isn't just doing more, it's doing more of the things that move the needle in your life. So for me, it's fitness, business, family. See small things, I try and dodge as much as I can where they're wasting energy throughout the day, especially in days like now when I'm dieting. So it's always, productivity isn't just doing more, it's doing more of the things that matter to you. And that's going to be the key, because people start prioritizing tasks that don't matter. They start doing things that just eat up time for the sake of it. So food for thought there. We're going to finish this cup of coffee, and I fucking probably need another straight away because it's probably not strong enough. We're going to kick in the legs, but even the mindset of this, like, I know this is the hardest session I do throughout the week. It's only one leg session. We're only doing a couple of sets. Like in the leg workout, we're going to do 3 sets of calves. We're going to do 2 sets of hypers, 2 sets of lying hamstring curl, 2 sets of hack, 2 sets of quad extensions. Not even that many sets. And I know that it's going to be tight with my throwing some rope ab crunches, because it's about intensity rather than just fucking lock and loading as many sets as you can do. If you can do 4 sets of every single movement or 5 sets, you're not training hard enough. Like 2 sets is enough. There's a time for high volume, but there's also a time when you're dieting and you just want to be ticking the box, making sure you're keeping as strong as you can. Loads of volume is going to fucking hammer you, wreck your recovery, and you're going to struggle to get stronger week on week or even maintain your lifts in the hard parts of a dieting phase. So what we've done so far is pretty much pre-workout ritual. We've done a day of work with the homes. We've done a pull workout. We've done a push workout. We're doing an we're doing a lower body workout, and then we're going to do upper next time. And we'll probably do a wee C-dip in the next one as well. It's going to be cracking, because you'll get a good laugh at that, because the leaner I get, the colder the fucking water is. And it is fucking Baltic at the minute in Ireland. It's so fucking cold. So we're only doing 2 or 3 minutes, but I do really rate the cold water for your head. If you've ever listened to Andrew Huberman, I really recommend it. It's fucking sick. Cold water does release dopamine. It's not the fact it helps you build muscle or recovery. It's not do that. The dopamine spike you get with cold water compared to pretty much everything else is good adrenaline spike, but you also get a slow dopamine curve. So for hours upon hours after, you get a release of dopamine that just makes you feel 10 times better. And see, when you're dieting, you're struggling, or you're mentally challenged, it's fucking unbelievable for just giving you that spike of energy and that spike of, not motivation, but positive sort of thoughts that move you forward. So I really recommend if you're not. So we'll do a video on that. We're going to kick it into legs now. But this was just an overview of that first meal pre-workout routine. You would have seen a fuckload of salt. The reason I salt loads of my meals before the gym really heavily is because sodium is going to help you so much with a pump. That is literally what's in so many pump enhancers. That, with good water and a pump enhancer like Nova, is fucking quality, and it's going to really help me fucking fill out here. So game changer. I'm trying to figure out, if you want, we're going to do a Q&A as well for YouTube. It'll be quality, more in-depth stuff. We're going to do a couple talking videos sitting here going through things like that and training, bulking, in more in depth, how to break down calories, whatever you need, or training plans, or how to build out weak points. We're going to do all this over series and time periods, but I guarantee you, you'll get a fuckload of value from this series. And we're just going to keep leveling up, try and keep at least 1 to 2 videos a week. We'll do legs in the next one, so make sure you drop in for that. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and share it to your story if you can. As I was saying, I really appreciate that. But no, A1, and just let me know you're enjoying these, or let me know what you want covered. And I'll do more meals, I'll do training, I'll do whatever you want, because we may as well fill out and you'll help me with my ideas. So I'll see you in the leg workout in the next one. Woo!